All right, let's talk about the Pearson test of English. If you've ever looked at it and just felt totally lost, you are definitely not alone. But stick with me because in the next 5 minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain and make this whole thing make sense. You'll know exactly what you're walking into. So you're looking at the PTE for the first time, right? And it's just a lot. All these different sections, weird question types. Yeah, it's totally normal to feel a bit overwhelmed. It looks super complex and honestly, kind of scary. But hey, that's exactly why we're doing this. Think of this as your cheat sheet, your roadmap. We are going to walk through the entire test, step by step, so you have a crystal clear picture of what happens from the moment you start to the moment you finish. Okay, first up is the big one, speaking and writing. And trust me, they call it the longest section for a reason. This part is a straight-up marathon. It's not just about your English, it's a real test of your focus and your endurance. So for speaking, your score really boils down to 3 key things: content, pronunciation, and fluency. What does that mean? Well, basically, did you actually answer the question? Could people understand what you said? And did you sound smooth and natural, not all choppy and hesitant? Nail those 3, and you are golden.
Okay, let's take the read aloud task. Prep time here is everything. Here's a little trick. Don't just read it silently in your head. Actually whisper the words. You'll catch those tricky words before they trip you up. Then, when it's go time, pay attention to the punctuation. Those commas and periods, they're your secret weapon for sounding natural and boosting that all-important fluency score.
All right, next up is describe image. And whoa, this one is fast. I mean, you get 25 seconds. Just 25 seconds to figure out what's going on in a chart or a graph. And then you only have 40 seconds to explain it all. It is a serious race against the clock. For the answer short question part, the golden rule is keep it simple. Seriously, you only need a word or two. If the question is something like, what vehicle takes sick people to the hospital? You just say, an ambulance. That's it. Don't waste your breath on a full sentence. Just be quick and direct. All right, let's switch gears and move on to section 2, reading. Now, here's the thing about the reading section. It's not really about being the fastest reader in the room. Nope. It's about being the smartest reader. It is all about strategy. And this is exactly why strategy is so important. See that big -1? Yeah, that's what you get for a wrong answer on some of these questions. It's a penalty. That means just guessing wildly can actually drag your score down. You've got to be strategic. So what's the right way to do it? Well, what you don't want to do is read every single word of the passage and then just take a wild guess. The pro move is to skim it first, get the general idea, then read the actual question. After that, you dive back into the text like a detective, looking for clues to eliminate the wrong answers one by one. It's so much more efficient. Now, the fill-in-the-blanks questions are a little tricky. They've got a 2-part trap. You see, a word might fit perfectly with the grammar of the sentence, but if it makes the whole thing sound nonsensical, it's the wrong answer. Your choice has to check both boxes, grammar and meaning.
And that brings us to our final section, listening. I like to call this the one-shot challenge. Why? Because you hear every single audio clip exactly 1 time. That's it. No replays, no do-overs. You get 1 chance to get it right.
So if you only get 1 shot, what's the most powerful tool you have? It's not your headphones, I'll tell you that. It's a simple pen and paper. Seriously, taking notes isn't just a good idea here, it's absolutely essential. It's pretty much the only way you're going to remember the key details you need to answer the questions. So let's lay out the game plan for listening. Rule 1, the audio plays once automatically. Rule 2, you need to be scribbling down notes, main ideas, important details, anything that seems key. And this is a big one. Rule 3, do not try to read the questions while you're listening. It's a recipe for disaster. Just listen, take your notes, and then use those notes to figure out the answer. Okay, let's try a little pop quiz right now. Imagine you've been listening to this whole thing about how bad stress is for your health. The speaker is wrapping up and they say this: therefore, it is important for anyone suffering from high levels of stress to, and then it just cuts off. So what's the logical next phrase? Based on everything you just heard about stress and health problems, what do you think they were about to say? What's the natural conclusion here? Right. The obvious answer is see a doctor. It just makes sense in the context of the topic. And that's exactly what this type of question is testing, your ability to listen to the context and predict where the conversation is going.
Okay, deep breath. We've just sprinted through the entire test. So let's bring it all home and talk about the key takeaways, the big picture strategies that apply across the board on test day.
Think of this as your final mission briefing. It all comes down to this. Know how you're being scored. Use every single second of prep time like it's gold. Get really good at eliminating wrong answers. Listen for those key words that act like signposts. And for the love of all that is holy, type what you hear, then double-check your spelling. These are the fundamentals that will carry you through.
Look, at the end of the day, the PTE isn't some big, scary mystery. It's a system. It has rules, it has patterns, and it can be learned. Now that you know how it works, the only question left is, are you ready to go out there and master it?